Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Dun, 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 dun. This is True Powers Mine, and today I'm very, very happy, very pleased to be able to celebrate the life of Dick Gregory. He's the one guest that has truly escaped me, truly gotten away. The opportunity that I've had to interview him has passed, but it does not take away from my respect and love I have for the man. Now, I did reach out to a couple of people. I didn't hear anything back. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue on. Because at the end of the day, today's show is just about love, happiness, and a humor. I miss him too, Sister Barbara. Peace and power. Welcome to the show. Now, we're going to, I just want to pull this over here for everybody to see. And then we'll get into to letting Dick speak for himself. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see all this. All righty. Well, I'll read it to you. This is what Wikipedia says. Richard Clayton Gregory, October 12th, 1932 to August 19th, 2017. That's my cousin's birthday, actually. Was an American comedian, civil rights activist, social critic, writer, conspiracy theorist, entrepreneur, and occasional actor. He is survived by 11 children. His nationality is American, and his age of death was 84 years old. But he was more than just what they say. Hold on, let me go to his biography page, and then we'll go into his videos. But this is for all the new people who have never really heard of. Because don't forget, yeah, a lot of young people listen to the show. They might not never heard of Dick Gregory. I don't see how that's possible in the United States, but there's folks from all over the country. Dick Gregory was a pioneering comedian and civil rights activist who took on race with nuanced humor, with layered, nuanced humor during the turbulent 60s. Who was Dick Gregory? Comedian Dick Gregory got his big break performing as a stand up comedian at the Playboy Club. Now, for those who don't know what the Playboy Club is all about, that was Hugh Hefner's deal, where he basically took beautiful women, threw them in rabbit ears and a bunny tail and basically a swimsuit, and they served wealthy or at least upper middle class men drinks at his clubs that were located throughout the country. And prior to this time, black comedians, there was still huge segregation in the United States. Black comedians were not allowed to play in most white clubs. Just let that sink in for 1 second. This man came up in time where, oppression wasn't so much, couldn't be dismissed as a pre-gone conclusion. Oppression was active right in your face every day, Sister Barbara. You're not going to drink from this water fountain. You're not going to live in this neighborhood. You're not going to go to this school. You're not going to get this medical treatment unless you want to sign up for the Tuskegee Project. Then we'll let you get in on that action. And this man stood up with his babies and his woman and said, no, I'm not going out like this. I'm using my mind. I'm going to use my mouth. I'm going to mentally and verbally point out this evil, wicked system. Known for his sophisticated, layered humor that took on racial issues of the day, Gregory became a comedian headliner and a trailblazer for other African American comedians, including Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. He also participated as an activist in civil rights movements, eventually ran for political office, which the computer said he won in 1968. He got the whole state of Pennsylvania, something like 9 million votes. But the Wall Street Journal came out the next day saying voting machine goofs. It was just a goof. We wouldn't ever elect this man. And we are all poor because of it. He's also participated as an activist in the civil rights movement and eventually ran for political office. In his later years, he worked as a lecturer and pursued his interests in health and fitness. What an understatement. It wasn't just a mere pursuit like it was a hobby. It was an actual fundamental change of life for the man so that he could survive. Up until then, he was drinking a gallon of whiskey and smoking like 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes a day. And thank God he just didn't quit the cigarettes and drinking. He made a fundamental health change. You have to quit putting junk in your body. He started teaching us about water, drinking spring water with all the essential vitamins and nutrients in it. Stop eating that meat. Stop eating that blood and fat. Yes, I know for some of us it's hard, but this is the truth. You want to make it to 84, you won't make it there with a pork chop in your doggone hand. If you want to make it to 84, you're not going to make it there without getting up and going for a walk. Not a jog, but just a simple walk. Walk down to your local store and get what you need and bring it back home. It will ensure a couple of things. One, you're getting exercise on your way to get the food. And two, you certainly won't overeat because you don't want to pack all that extra garbage back home. It'll sharpen your mind and it will hone in your body at the same time, y'all. Walking is I cannot stress just how important walking is. Sitting around the house, y'all, it's just a fast way to die. You don't have to smoke cigarettes. You don't have to drink alcohol. You don't have to do drugs in general. Just sit your ass down somewhere every day, day after day, day after day. A couple of years of that, your ass will be in the grave. Your body was meant to move and twist and jump and run and walk and jog. If your body's not in movement, it's not in its natural state. Background years. Gregory was born the second of 6 children on October 12th, 1932, in St. Louis, Missouri. Gregory grew up in crippling poverty. You know the reason why he never had food stamps? Why he was never grew up in Section 8? Because they didn't have it when he was a kid. His mom was an original single mom without any help. See, the funny thing about it, before my mom passed away, she's actually from St. Louis. She grew up there. I remember her telling me stories about Tina Turner on the East Side and running into Gregory later on in life. These stories, these oral histories, I don't want them to end, y'all. I wish that one of Dick's children would have gotten back with me, but that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm sure they're thinking of him in their way. And after all, that is their father, which they knew and they loved. I'm just a guy out here in the Midwest with a crazy radio show, and is trying to do my thing and get information out. Now, this is totally different than most shows because this is actually a tribute show to a man who I believe sincerely loved us so much that he was willing to share the most valuable thing with all humanity, and that's his time, his unique way of looking at the world, and his wit. You ain't never heard Nan's story about Dick Gregory running around with this woman, stepping out on his marriage. That shows integrity as a man. You never heard Nan's story about Dick Gregory beating up his children, drunk on whiskey or something. That shows protection of a man. And you ain't never heard Nan's story about Dick Gregory out here panhandling, being homeless. And that shows he provided for his family. He was a good man. And like I said, if the world would have been more open and more honest with itself in 1968, he would have been the first black president. For real. So let me pull up what I decided to play for today's show. Because thanks to the internet, we had the opportunity to truly allow people to speak from the thereafter.
If you manage a team,
hold on, let's turn this down, and I will not be interrupting this. I'm gonna get us where we need to be at. Here we are.
And these white ladies sit over there. Were y'all the ones that interviewed me? Where are they? I guess all white folks do look alike. The reason I said you all are some beautiful white women. All they show us on TV is glamorous white women. And every white woman that's ever been murdered, you hear them on the TV say, gorgeous, beautiful. Have they ever killed an ugly white woman? And white women, y'all know how they portray black folks on TV. You better go back and look at their movies and see how they portray you. Yeah, Dracula came to your house, not mine. And you should have known the way he was talking. I love you. He's sitting there with a tuxedo on and no shoes. And then all the movies talking about the same. She in this big old mansion and the wind is blowing them drapes all the way back to the kitchen. Now our sister would have got the hell out of there. A dumbass white woman go, is anybody out there? Dracula laying in the wood. Yes, my dear. So she climbs over the balcony. Ain't got nothing but a damn rope. And he going, so she just follows it, and she comes, here he is. She said, oh, I am so lonely. I love you so much. I'm saying, look at his feet. That nigga ain't got no shoes on. There's snow on the ground. You don't know that's something strange? Full moon. So old Dracula pulls her over and kisses her. And she thinks he's a gentleman because he didn't kiss her in the mouth. He kissed her right there where that vein was. And now she a little Dracula. So she said, can I see you again? I said, I won't be this way till the full moon. Say, I can handle it. I said, no, by that time you need to get your own route. Somewhere. So I married my wife because my mother said, no son of mine ever get a woman pregnant and don't marry. Well, that sounds cool to me because she didn't say you had to stay with her. Now, she didn't know she was saying that's what sounded to me. So Lillian gets pregnant. And you folks getting ready to get married? Whew, take a tip from the brother, man. When you get them pregnant, it don't cost nothing for a wedding. Y'all be going through all the bullshit. Trying to act like you're a virgin. You're trying to act like you don't know what you look like. So now to cover it up, you got to get you a $65,000 wedding dress. If you're black, you get a used one. Or if you're black and slick, you just go out there and make like you're going to try it on. You go mad, take that shit back. And then from there, you get the bridal suite in Jamaica. Are you crazy? I didn't go through none of them expenses. You don't got nothing to be kissing in front of the family. That's the first kiss. You know you've kissed her before. My first experience I had with dating, I met a girl's father. She didn't want to go to prom with me. I didn't want to go to prom with her. The doctor's son she wanted to go to the prom with, he was with this other girl. The girl I wanted to go to prom with, she was with this other guy. So I said, look, let me tell you what we ought to do. You ought to go with me, I ought to go with you so we can watch them niggas. Is that clever? In high school, we'll watch them. So I go by her house to pick it up. Back in them, they said, I'm 82 years old. I drive by no house. We walked and got her. She put that thing up and walk all the way till she fall. I ain't gonna grab her. So I go by and I meet your daddy. Yeah, nigga, this is my daughter. You think I was coming back here to take you to the prom? I just want you to know, my daughter. She better be back here by 10 o'clock. I said, why don't we let her stay and I take your ass? And so he gets to putting all these restrictions on me. And I said, wait, ho. She didn't tell you what this was about. She didn't want to be with me. I didn't want to be with her. The girl I wanted to be with, the guy, we just going together so we can watch him. Huh? Now, since you said it, I don't even like her. We ain't going to dinner when we get through, so I hope you fed this wench. Because when it's over, we'll be right back here. Matter of fact, you said by 10, I'll have her back here at 9 o'clock. And that's how it works. And then we walked to the school, to the prom, and I found out something. See, back in the 40s, you better not be born with little bitty legs. Yeah. That was enough to get you put on the, what's the list that you can park free? Handicap list. Oh. Yeah. And so what I did, carried her there, but I learned something I didn't know. Oh, she got a fine booty. The universal God is not in the business of making fine booties or fine legs. Huh? And y'all done forgot what's in the booty. It's doo-doo. So the bigger the booty, the more shit you got. And you ought to see my old lady's booty. You know, take her to the garbage can. Let her, you know what I'm saying? That's what's in it. You go down tonight and go downtown and see a big old garbage can. Ain't nothing but garbage. So I brought her home. It's just like you women dating married men. It ain't nothing wrong with it if you got enough sense to eat before he picks you up, because he's gonna eat dinner with his wife. So he ain't looking for something else around 11 o'clock at night. That's why y'all got all them store. You ain't eating nothing but sandwiches. That nigga ain't gonna buy another full meal. So when you know he eating, you eat. So y'all both be getting hungry at the same time. It don't take much to figure it out, right?
So true.
So, did you go to your high school prom? Did you ever been to a prom? Ooh. Well, did you think he was pretty when you was in high school? And you didn't, I probably still do, but I mean, you didn't feel funny that you was the only person who thought you was pretty? You don't think it might be in that yellow thing. See, we don't like to talk about that. I'm just trying to wonder, you look so gorgeous and you didn't go to the prom? You did go to school? Okay. I know proms happen in school. I just, you had girlfriends who went to the prom? Did you feel bad that night when you didn't? You ever been in a mental hospital? Well, regardless of whatever they tell you, just as happy. My daddy. Well, I was just asking you for a reason. That you wear them long dresses, like I said, little girl I was with you, like Hollywood. But baby, when she put that gown on and you couldn't see them legs, she had the most gorgeous face at the ball. You see how it works? At the ball. But I already made a commitment. And I'm just gonna go there as a spy. She was going, you going home. So I carried her home. And old Pop was upset. He didn't know I was coming back that early. He in there with a young girl. She said, wait a minute, guys. No, go get your ass in there. Go there. Then you find out what's wrong with it. She said, the whole thing. There's a universal God that made this body, not white folks. Huh? The universal God made this body.
Preach.
And let me tell you how you got that body the same way I got mine, he got his, you got yours. A penis went into a vagina. And out of that penis came an ejaculation of 500,000 sperms. A 500 million sperms. And the one that created you and me outran 500 million sperms and got there first. Damn it, you should know from that you are somebody. You the best of 500 million sperms. Huh? If my judge carried y'all out to the best restaurant in town and it's a 500 million, he's gonna take us to the best, you know you in for a treat. Huh? So how you let somebody read? See, it wasn't no one sperm came out and slowly strolled up the fallopian tube. That one responsible, you hit the deck running and outran 500 million sperms. So you need somebody to tell you, you are somebody. That's who you are. If you got a $10 million Rolls Royce out there, And I go out there and take that $30 spark plug out, it shuts down the whole car. Mm-hmm. So everything the universal God gave us, if you let a white racist system keep on messing with you, your system shut down. Mm-hmm. I can't speak for you, I can speak for my mama. If my mama was alive tonight and she came here and walked up here, you think she's so spiritual and beautiful and peaceful? You think God just spit her out? But if you tried to explain to my mother Jesus Christ wasn't a Christian, she'd stomp your ass to death. Why? Because her ignorance wouldn't permit her to know that Christianity never happened to 300 years after Jesus Christ was dead. My mama didn't know that Jesus' brother, James, they killed him the same way he killed you. She didn't know none of that. That's what raised me. The Ku Klux Klan didn't tell me Santa Claus was a white man. My mama told me that. I can't get away from that. I'm in the house with her. I go to work with her. She called white folks yes sir and no sir and they could, and then come back and call black folks Mary. Sister, that's still in there. Y'all play all these games y'all want. You'll see what they doing to you in Detroit. You couldn't do that to a German. You couldn't do that to a hillbilly white. They're free. You ain't never been free. We're the only group of people in the history of the planet that opt for education over liberation. George Washington wasn't beating up the British for the right to open up a college, the right to be free. The song don't say give me education or give me death. It said give me liberty or give me death. So all you black folks sitting here think you free. You ain't free. You have never been liberated. And that's why the thing is so messed up. That's why can't nobody have no respect for you. Y'all sitting around now yelling at the Mexicans. You're taking our job. Nigga, I'm 82 years old. You didn't have a job before they got here. Okay? And especially in this old dog-ass town with them unions, you couldn't be an apprentice for a good job. And wasn't no Mexicans here. We built this country. You don't even act like it. You don't even act like it. The Chinese built the railroads. Mexico was built by Mexicans, for Mexicans. So they might not be able to read or write, but all them big machines they use when they're building them 100-story buildings, all of them know how to use it. You don't. You can't even get an automobile franchise. So that's who you compete. And you haven't figured out the thing. Everybody hollering and screaming at them. Let me tell you something. My man Craig, he's a judge, but we're going to make you a thug in the hood. And you know how to be one because that's all you see in the daytime. Me and him is partners. We own a liquor store. That's it. We only selling liquor to children. And the only reason we ask for your driver's license or somebody to make sure you're a child. So the government and the police come down and bust us. Who do you think they're going to put in jail? Huh? Come on, you're scared of me? Who are they going to put in jail? The owner, right? Well, how come they ain't putting the owners in jail who's hiring the illegals? Ever thought about that? Huh? I don't want no conversation. You just figure it out. I'm saying if I'm violating the law and I've got you violating it, but you get arrested and I don't, then you understand how tricky this is. Then you understand why they're having so much trouble to kick them out of here. This is a game. This is a game. And I'm looking at you all siding against her. You come over here and check like, nigga, you ain't had no job. They didn't just start coming over here. They've been here. Going through all kind of hell. Oh, I wish Jesus would send, God would send his son back again this week as a Mexican. Listen, y'all singing, were you there when they crucified the Lord? Nigga, you wasn't there then, and you wouldn't be there now. So what they doing? They're doing something to Jesus. Let's get out of here. You hear me? You ever been to Mardi Gras? Oh, you live there. You live there. Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras is the biggest Christian festivity in the history of the planet. And those of y'all you ought to go. You ought to go. The only time in New Orleans, and they got some mean, vicious, ungodly, dog-ass cops. The only day a cop can't take off from work is the Mardi Gras, when the Christians is there. And when we Christians get there, whores come in from all over the world to help us celebrate. And then the big Tuesday is Fat Tuesday. Huh? Fat Tuesday. And we eat everything moving. Then on Ash Wednesday, we say a prayer and go fake a fast for 40 days. And the problem with us Christians, Jesus Christ came in and died for our sins. Well, you ain't changed nothing. If Jesus Christ come back today and bug the wrong people, they give him the electric chair. And we all be walking around with big chairs around our neck. Why are you there? When they crucified? Are y'all crazy? Why y'all singing and act like you sad about they crucified your Jesus, and if he came back and bugged the wrong people, they'd kill him again? And that don't bother you? Walk around talking about the devil. The devil, I ain't never understood the devil. I ain't never seen a fat devil. You want to see fat folk? Go to the Baptist church Sunday and sit next to the choir. If they want to know how to lose weight, they say follow the devil. Don't do what the devil do, just follow him. You ain't never seen a fat hoe? Why are you Baptists complaining about you fat and a hoe ain't fat? Huh? All over the world ain't no fat prostitutes. And you read about all this, I just read with this big church in Buffalo, New York, caved in. Y'all see that something? From the snow. I'm trying to find out if a bank or a whole house in Buffalo ever caved in. Come on, God. You ever see them fighters get in the ring, make a sign across and get knocked out first up? Who was you praying to? Fear God. What kind of fool is you? I got 10 children, and if my children feared me, you know something wrong with me. Huh? God said, if you do this and do that, you will burn in hell. Wait a minute. You told me to forgive, but you ain't willing to do it. In a Christian society in America, the second most retail sales, second only to Christmas, is Halloween. And the biggest outfit is devil outfits in a Christian society. You can't go and buy Jesus outfits. You cannot name your school. You went to high school, what's your logo? What was your logo? Bulldogs. And mine too, Bulldogs. Sumner High School Bulldogs. But you couldn't name a public school, Sumner High School, green Jesus, white Jesus, black Jesus. But you could name it after the devil. The Duke Blue Devils. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Now, I've seen demons, but I've never seen both of them together. You understand what I'm saying? It's your problem. I've never heard heard the word Klan before I heard the word Santa Claus, and it's from my mama, a white boy. I didn't have enough sense to know ain't no white man coming in my ghetto after midnight. And his fantasy is he ain't gonna get down no chimney. And if he get down there, he ain't gonna have no southern. Y'all still buying that crap, huh? Still buying it. Somewhere. I was trying to find me a white man in here, about 6 foot or taller. Anyone here? Yeah, come on down, come on down. Yeah, come on, don't be scared. I said it back there. Have you white folks ever wondered how Dracula, Wolfman, all the evil folks is white, but we ain't scared of y'all? Come on, what's your how tall?
6'1".
Okay, I'm gonna show you why black folks are such good athletes, and it ain't got nothing to do with blackness. Now, tell them how tall you are.
6'1".
6'1". I'm 5'9". Now stand next to me. Next to me. Okay, you see here? See where my legs come? And I'm 5'9". You see what his is? Black folks' legs is longer than white folks. Ain't got nothing to do with me being a damn good football. Look at it. Here it is here. You see it? Huh? Thank you, brother. Did you see it? Huh? And y'all want to take all this crap. The reason I'm a good football, you a good football player, because the body. And that's why we look like thugs. If I go buy a suit off the rack, it was made for him. So I've got legs this long and short bodies. But my coach was, goddamn right, I look like a criminal. And y'all sit with all this crap bullshit been passed down from your mama and your daddy and all that craziness.
That I want to take a break before we get into this other half. It'll still just be an hour show today, yeah. But I chose this particular presentation of Brother Gregory because even though it's his birthday, he's given us real knowledge, applicable knowledge, things to make you say, what the heck? If you open up your mind and you listen to what the brother's saying and you listen to what he's really speaking on, he's a genius at being able to take complex issues and make them personal. He makes it personal to where you see how this machine, you see how this system, you see how this world plays games on you and yours, how it plays games on the way you're perceiving things. Now, real quick, before we get into this, we know that there's a fire in California. What they're not telling you about the forest fires, it has nothing to do with the electrical grid, but everything to do with the draconian measures pertaining to logging and harvesting of timber in California. You can't just go in there and clear out the brush like you used to. Oh no, that's a spotted porkindale home habitat. You can't mess with that. So all this brush compiles, dries out because it's very dry, arid in California. It dries out as it piles up. And then you can have someone come through with a cigarette. You can have a lightning strike. You can have a situation, you know how you take oily rags and they sit for a long time? They could just burst into flames. All this decay creates gases, creates an environment that is easily ignitable. And you couple that in with the propensity of people who love to land grab. Remember the LA riots, right? Yeah, LA burnt, but it was a miracle because the only places that truly were impacted and burnt were places that need to be demoed so we can put the new railway through. Isn't that just coincidental? A miracle out of tragedy comes economic opportunity. It's not a tragedy, folks, when it's planned. Let's continue.
Serious rich white folk. No, serious rich white folk.
Hold on.
You know, and y'all sit with all this crap, bullshit been passed down from your mama and your daddy and all that craziness. When I moved to Plymouth, Massachusetts, serious rich white folk. No, serious rich white folk. My neighbor across the pond, Steinway Piano had. Up the hill, Ocean Spray. Serious white folks. And what I can't understand about you white folks, I swear to you. See, I've been through all the movements. I know King would never say nothing but we got to love him. And when the cameras leave, call you a honky. I will. Wouldn't. But I will. Call you a honky, 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 honky. Here's how white folks think about you when you're honest.
1,001 people who made America.
1,001. And just go all the way back before the Mayflower. I'm listed in it. Are you? Huh? All y'all that be bullshitting white folks enough, are you listed in here? Okay, that's the game that y'all in this old foggy game. You follow me? 98% of my audience is white folks. That's why I love to come back here to see y'all. I will never live in the ghetto. But I come back because y'all in the ghetto made me. You listened to me when I wasn't funny, and when you got through listening to me, you pushed me all downtown where you couldn't afford to see me. So I got to come back. But I'm not living there. Understand that. I'm listed in the phone book, don't have no bodyguard. That's because of you all. Y'all made me. Huh? 10 children went to the best colleges in the world. Y'all did that. Huh? And I got to come back, not in some nightclub, on the front line. I'm willing to die for you for what you did for me. My children lived a lovely life for what you did for me. Oh, they told you how happy my wife. It's hard to be happy when big dollars coming in. But I spent mine. You know that big mansion I was in? 400 acres. My house in Massachusetts was bigger than the Kennedys. They'd come by there and just look at it like you could put the Kennedy compound in my land.
No, what the?
And I went to Iran because I know there was a CIA operation. They wanted to kill them folks so they could wipe them off the map. And I went over there and fasted for 90 days. When I come back, here's the white folks met me. Mr. Gregory, it's a lovely thing you're doing. But you know that Rolls Royce is ours. You haven't paid on it in 3 months. Now let me just tell you, you're brilliant. People love you. Entertainment. All you got to do is stop doing that mess and take care of you. Let me tell you something, white boy. No jive, used cartel gonna tell a nigga with my stature, take that damn Rolls Royce. Huh? Take it. Now he get real mad now because he wasn't ready for that one. So I said, let's take it now. So the next day, the guy from Boston that owned the franchise, sometimes they think niggas don't hear. He said, Mr. Gregory, we just love you, what you're doing for the whole world. He said, but you know, I know you didn't mean to send that Rolls Royce back yesterday. I said, yes, I did. He said, well, you know, you still have to pay that $2,500. No. I said, I know that. Now get off my land. And I paid every nickel on that Rolls Royce to teach a human being there's something more to dignity than just some damn car. Okay? Now, the Rolls Royce people so scared, they came in from London, come by to see me. Oh, Mr. Gregory, I'm so sorry. I would like to give you a Rolls Royce for the rest of your life. No, that's what happened when you stand up and be something other than a damn dog or a football player. Huh? But y'all don't understand that. Because the glamour is on a nigga trying to outrun God every day than somebody in this audience. I know who you are. It's liberating folks. So they got the Rolls Royce back. Then I lost the farm. But you take niggas with money. Oh, you just can't come take the house. Oh no. If I'm leasing your house, and I can't pay you the money, all I got to do is go bankrupt. Do you know you can't touch that house? And you my friend. I ain't got to do with no friend when you about to get my house, man. You hear me? So what happened is, I gave them the house. But they had to go through federal court. See, I live in Massachusetts, Commonwealth. Come on, hear me. Commonwealth. You know what it means? It means that the state is there for the commonwealth of the people, and you can't come in and repossess that house. You got to go through the state, and that took 2 years. And then they came and got it. We've been living there 2 years and ain't paid a damn note. My wife crying. I said, you crazy? We've been living in this 400 mansion. It ain't paid no money. You got nothing up there crying. Well, let's go back to the hotel and talk about this shit. See how it works? It's about a universal order. And you women paying a price because you so unspiritual, ungodly, you let a bunch of evil ass men do anything they want. And I'm not talking about rape. I'm talking about all the other stuff. Huh? You walk down the street and there's a big steel thing called a manhole. Where's the woman hole? I meant to tell you, man, there's a Nabisco in St. Louis. We fixing to buy that, man. Nabisco. I'll be the first nigga on the planet making crackers. And I'm gonna invite my man and this lady that came down here and let you know what a cracker tastes like. See how it works? Y'all get home, black women, you've been lied to. These niggas come home and tell you what they said to the boss. They ain't said a damn. And white folks, you got to learn one day why niggas don't come to work on time. The later I get to work, the longer I keep my manhood, and the earlier I get out of there, the quicker I get it back. That's what that shit's about. The strongest two forces, and those of you that follow me, no, I don't just say this to black. The strongest two forces in the history of the planet. It's the black woman and the black church. You know something? Do you know, black woman, you're the only person on this planet that can take a butter knife and cut that nigga's ties to the rim. I'm not talking about no bazooka. I'm not not talking about no razor blade, a butter knife that can't even cut butter. And you cut that nigga's tires to the rim, and them white folk gave that tire a 20-year guarantee. Not gonna make you mad. And all you asked is, who is Melba? You can't get me without going through Dick Gregory. Wife. She's always run everything. All the millions of dollars, I never had a checking account in my life. And when we brothers find out who you all are, so when I moved out to this rich neighborhood, Plymouth, Mass, I said to my wife, she just had her 10th baby. A week later, we was in the big trucks with all the furniture, headed to Plymouth. And I tried to ease her for the blow. I said, now, but at that time, Massachusetts public schools was better than most states' private schools. That's not true now. And so I said to her, I said, I want you to hear me good, dear. I said, there's children be in school next week when school started. See, I always found something funny, miss. You have children. So if you don't have your children in school by a certain age, there's a truancy law and put you in jail. But if 3 of the 5 children starve to death, they don't put you in jail. They just put the other 2 in a foster home. That seems kind of funny. You get more time, for not sending your child to school than if they die. So I never trusted that, but I couldn't do nothing about it because my mama wasn't mushed up enough. If my mother was alive now, the shit I'd be saying, she'd call the police on me. And that's one thing you mothers, well, you did it to shield us during slavery. And y'all did it well. Slave master come to get your son. Say, that nigga just like his daddy. No good. Whatever you say he did, he did. Give me that 2x4. I'll kill this nigga myself. That's where whoopings came from. You ain't never supposed to hit a child. And all that stuff you get out of bounds, spare the rod and spoil the child. That's the story of a shepherd boy and that stick he holds. Because the more they walk, the better their fur is. And so when they get too close to the ledge, he just holds the rod out. And you all ignorant, crazy folk that took that to whooping a child. Whooping a child. You wouldn't hit your Cadillac. Well, hear that damn fool up in Minnesota, was it Peterson? Went there and whooped his son. No, wait, stuck leaves in his mouth. Boy, you know what that's going to help if they play it right? They'll get the biggest salary out of the National Football League. So, you know, these blows in my head made me stuff tree leaves in my son's mouth. And some more ignorant white judge just say, did you cook them? And then I hear this old ignorant dog, Charles Barkley. Y'all buy that crap. The only reason white folks let him be analyzing the games because he know he ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna be derogatory to nobody but black folks. Do you know what he said about Peterson? Said, well, y'all, most of you white folks don't understand. That's a Southern tradition. So I got on the radio and said what he said, and I said, so was lynching. We stopped that. See how it works? And so consequently, like I said, I'm so glad I'm 82. My wife's 75. We don't have a prescription between the two of us. So I want to know what God you black folk play. Your knees, ankles all swole, can't breathe, got everything you can have. Who you praying to? God is real. Every tree on this planet, God made. So he's not dealing with just one kneecap. What is this about? Y'all scared of God? That's a violation. Do you know? Do you pray, brother? I'm just asking. Okay, not that I care. Okay. Well, I got some nigga friends of mine, ain't never prayed. They get more money than me. I look up and wink. But you know, if you prayed for something tonight, you're not supposed to pray for the same thing the next day. You know that. That's a violation. That God is so powerful. You know, if you ask for it, you're going to get it. So from that point on, you're in a prayer of thanksgiving. Because you know you're going to get it. It's right there. I mean, some of y'all sitting here, your house is being foreclosed on. You're going to pray to God. What God do you know that put the whole year that didn't know they're fixing to take your house? So I just look at God and say, hey, champ, you know what they're fixing to do? Check it. Waste my time telling God what they do like he don't know. Huh? Please. I got some questions if I ever see God, I got to ask him. Say, I travel all over the world. I was born and raised in St. Louis. It's Tornado Alley. They have tornadoes. The big old Catholic church got blew away. Huh? But never the whole house. Talk to me, God. What is it about them hoes? I ain't never turned on TV after an earthquake or a tornado and hear the hoes on the corner cry. I don't know what my panties are. They got blown away. Old folks' home burned down. Red Cross burned down. Never. You never heard nobody in the crack house looking for their crack. It's right there where it was when the tornado came through. So if something happened here tonight, huh? I got a lot of preacher friends. I understand God. If I leave here and they say tornado, I'm going over to that gambling casino. They don't get messed with. If there's a whole house closed, I'm gonna straddle both of them. How many of y'all in here remember when the government gave me the worst form of cancer you had?
I do.
Okay. So I accidentally found it out. My son's a doctor. And I went by and had these hernias checked. I've had since I was a little boy. Here's how the universe works. The x-ray machine malfunctioned. So I said, okay, we're in the hospital, don't cost nothing. Let me give you an MRI. They give me an MRI. It's my son. He's looking here. Okay. I went through the whole machine. He's looking here. He said, yeah, that's what I thought it was. 2 weeks later, the folks that manufactured the machine came to the hospital. He said, I understand Dick Gregory was in there. I said, can we see the pictures? Yeah. They found it because they was looking at the whole picture. He said, my God, how long has he had this cancer? So they called my son. My son called me. Dad, you better get over here quick. I got to get somewhere. I said, son, let me tell you something. The day we took those pictures, I just finished walking 10 miles in Rock Creek Park. So whatever that was, they didn't intend for me to find it. And it would get worse and worse and worse. I said, you take these damn pictures and send it to the Armed Force Institute of Pathology and don't put my name on it. And they sent back. And they said, wow, the only way you could get something like this work in a nuclear plant. Have I ever been in a nuclear plant? Do nobody own nuclear plants but the government? So if I don't own a nuclear plant and the government, it's obvious the nuclear plant came to me. So now I can go out in the backyard and pray to God a real prayer. And here's how it went. Hey, champ, I know there's a lot of niggas that deserve cancer, but I'm not one of them. I know there's a busy job up there in heaven. You got a whole lot of things to do. Why don't you get you some help? So I said, I thank you if you take care of this immediately. Then I looked at me and said, cancer, I'm going to give you 72 hours to get out of my body. This is my body. Huh? Y'all scared of cancer. Make cancer scared of you. Huh? I can create another human being cancer. You can't. 72 hours later, Joe Madison show. I had told him, and he said it on the show, and a white dude called me from Orlando. He said, Mr. Gregory, Joe called me. I heard him on the show. He said, there's some water in El Salvador. You can go down there, and in 5 days, whatever's in your body is gone. Well, I ain't gonna ask no stupid question. I said to God, I know that's God doing it. Huh? God doing it. Huh? So I go down first. I go, no, I was really tripping. I went to Howard University Hospital first, you know. Well, see, I can't be telling white folks, hire black, and I go to white. So I went to Howard first. The doctor came and said, this is awful. I said, well, let me tell you what we need to do. I can go in there, but I got to take 2 of your ribs out. And there's a possibility you'll be paralyzed for the rest of your life. I said, Doc, when you mentioned ribs and wasn't talking about the barbecue hut, I wasn't even thinking about coming in. So Steve Jackson, let's see, his daddy invented nuclear medicine at Cedars-Sinai. He's retired, so my son sent it to Steve Alfred. He sent it to Dad. Dad called up crying like a baby. Said, how come we didn't know this earlier? I said, I just found out about it. Well, I just like when you come out here, because what I'm looking at is nothing can be done. Yeah, nothing can be done. That's why I left y'all. You went to the real. You just said, you know, there are some niggas out there that deserve it. Look, I'm not one of them. In case you hadn't heard, I can get you a list of 12 of them. And if you need something close to the house, I can do that too. With all them niggas in my house, I ain't never played like I like them. You know what I mean? But some of y'all sitting there that you don't like. You're just scared to see you don't like it. Some of y'all sitting out there would never talk to God honestly. You think you got to get into some pimp prayer. That's your mother and father. Huh? I don't have to go clean up before I go home. Huh? Fix it, boss. So I go out there and one of the great doctors on the planet is a black guy named Keith Black. Cedars-Sinai. Punch him up. Them white folk come in from all over the world to see Keith. So I go there. And he said, well, I guess we can try. I never seen nothing like this. He said, well, I said, I'll do it after Christmas, the holiday. I went to El Salvador, come back the first week of January, showed them again. He started crying. Where did you go? Don't even ask me that. Because you know what I'm going to tell you. Prayer. Y'all wouldn't even understand that shit. Prayer. He said, well, all I can tell you, we need to close this hospital down and follow you. Now, y'all know I'm vegetarian into health. Y'all know that, right? But let me set the record straight. If I leave here tonight, driving to the hotel, and a drunken truck driver hit the car I'm in, and I'm laying there with my head cracked, my ear missing, my jaw broke, feet missing, do not carry me to a health food store. Take me to that old, nasty, dirty hospital where they used the trauma. Take me there. Let this pain stop. I'm over there, they're talking about me some blueberries. I say, now that old hospital that don't know nothing with heavy drugs and all that stuff, now when I'm fixed, now y'all bring me that African yak juice. All you got to do is be honest. Be honest with yourself. And so I talked to Bill today, and I said, Bill, I don't know if it's true or not, that's a police job. I'm calling you about them ugly white women. That's what I'm calling about. You my man. I don't know what you're doing in life, but I thought you would elevate your shit. And they don't. They come back and don't even know it's past the limitation. They can't get nothing out of this. That's why I think it's a plan. Remember when his son was killed? Let me show you how dumb y'all are. You remember his son was killed? He was on the highway, right? Do you know any robber dumb enough They're going to rob a nigga in his car doing 75 miles an hour. It's just like I was born before there was television. You know how stupid Americans had to be to look at a tap dancer on the radio? And ain't nothing changed. Y'all just as stupid. You ever been to Victoria's Secret? Victoria's Secret? Have you asked where you buy your drawers? Why is it a secret? You should ask that before you go back. Huh? It's a secret because Queen Victoria was a man. How many of y'all knew that? Okay? That's why it's secret. If I'm a man posing as a queen, I got to wear women's drawers. That's what the secret is about. And you older folks, you remember Nat King Cole? Lisa. Lisa. Do you know they just found out 15 years ago that was Da Vinci? He was a drag queen. How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all knew that? Huh? I don't see. Yeah, you knew it, huh? See that? He was a drag queen. And Nat Cole didn't know he sang to a man. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa.
Hey, y'all. I just want to share those couple of clips with you on Brother Gregory's birthday. Hopefully, this show is giving you something to think about. I will be making a special report, TPIM, probably later on today. We'll go into all the drudgery of the news and all that good stuff. But I wanted to start our day off with happiness and a little humor and a little bit of knowledge. Well, actually, a lot of knowledge. This man has given of himself, and now it's time for us to continue the plan, continue our march to collective liberation. This will conclude TPIM. That's our live today's date, October 12th, 2019, the year of our Lord. I want to give a shout out to Dick Gregory and his family, the survivors. And I want to be yet another person to tell you just how impactful, wonderful, and awesome of a father you guys had. A brother, if it applies. A son, a grandfather, a cousin, and friend. I ask you to live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. As always, brothers and sisters, let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace, power, unity, victory, respect, and dignity, and liberation. I'm out.